But right now, all around us, and so compelling you never miss the fact there's no melody, is a music that is all beat, strong beat, and talk. It's rap music, and it sounds like this.
I know black people are never really portrayed realistically, and not even portrayed in modern art.
Oh yeah, electric boogie dancers in the background getting loose.
They sing you fast on an 8-track, getting it to lose my head.
9 the number, another summer. Sound of the funky drummer, music hitting your heart, cause
My name's Ed Piskor, born and raised in Homestead, Pennsylvania. It was a pretty turbulent time. This is the mid-'80s, early '90s. The mills have recently closed by this point, and gang culture started to become in vogue. It was a popular thing to do, and the Crips were the local gang on the west side of Homestead. And comic strips, one of the most well-known was American Splendor, written by Harvey Piskor, which was made into a movie before I did the comic. Bert Crumb is huge to me, and there are some other cartoonists like this guy named Dan Clowes and Chris Ware, who are some of the best cartoonists working. There was this documentary that I saw as a kid called Comic Book Confidential. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but almost everybody involved in the documentary turned into just the biggest influences on me. So they would speak with people like Harvey Kurtzman, Will Eisner, Jack Kirby, but they would also talk to Robert Crumb, and Jaime Hernandez was in this flick, Harvey Piskor. And over the years, you know, I used that as a way to figure out like what kind of work is out there, what exists beyond just the standard Spider-Man comics that were at the drugstore or whatever. So I became a Harvey Piskor fan and looked for all this American Splendor stuff that I could get my hands on, and eventually I started sending him my own little comics, and I drew American Splendor for a little bit, and Harvey and I put together a few graphic novels. So that documentary is like really important to me. I got to tell Jaime Hernandez how important his contribution in that flick was to me too. I'll get those out of the way so I can get back to doing what I really want to do.
Yeah, just hit me. Just get smoked and hit me. Just get on down and hit me. That bonda's getting so fucking out, hit me. Back to get wrecked. All respect to those who break their neck to keep their hopes in check, as though they sweat a brother majorly. And I don't know why your girl keeps paging me.
It gave me it's giving me chills just thinking about it.
Hey yo, who wanna put a fight for a long time no hear from? Suckers walking around talking about they can get some, but that Bob's not a cipher. No can do. And if you take out for dope, then ask the other two, and I'll proceed to let you know exactly how to flow. I'm not a law doctor, so just suckle with the hoe. Oops.
They're a big deal. They're called your formative years for a reason. And for some reason, I just really identified with these guys, but not in a romantic way. Like I didn't think I was like a cool fugitive or
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies are hauled off. You too, boy.
The idea that comics could be considered a viable form of literature that could express any sort of subject matter. It didn't have to be like the superhero shit with guys in tights and flying around punching.
I didn't realize that he hadn't been here before. He is going to lose his mind whenever we get to the basement.
Well, you know, man, like the size of that hip-hop comic I'm working on is going to be... The way that I'm formatting it is to kind of look like it was pulled out of time from around this era. It's like about the history of hip-hop, and it's very comprehensive, and everybody would talk to me and just say like, oh man, the research you're doing, the research, and it's like, okay, sure it's research, but it's pleasurable, like I do it for fun. And like, ooh, imagine the back cover with like, if this is NWA or like Run DMC or something.
Cross that line.
Blow learned how to rap on the streets. He learned how to construct his raps and how to control his crowds as a college student.
I learned it in speech. The greatest orators of all time use crowd response.
Somebody scream! Breakdown!
Man, now that I have like my first, piece of work out there that's actually, 100% all me, like I feel like, at a kind of a different level than I was even with Harvey, because the work that I did with him, I in a big way I considered that stuff to be like art school or like paying dues or something like that. Like I had to go through that stuff, learn a lot about just the medium of comics and whatever else, and then now I can graduate and draw my own stuff.
The audience for rap music is really growing, and its use has broadened beyond mere entertainment. Here with a report on this new phenomenon is Steve Fox. Steve?
Hugh, even though rap music has been discovered by everybody from advertisers to educators to politicians, many people know it because of one of the year's best-selling records.
So much in the media is just making people think like, oh, rap music, and this. Niggas just trying to eat. That's all I look at it as. Niggas want to eat food.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, it's like sensory overload.